thinking. Tell her what I'm dreaming, and hey, she might just understand. Baby, would you listen to me? Come across the kitchen to me, and I will tell you best I can about how I know you love me, and how I want to love you back. People, they make it sound so easy. They say, just do what your heart tells you to. But sometimes you cannot feel it, sometimes you cannot hear it, sometimes it won't talk back to you. No, no. And yeah, I know you love me, and yeah, I want to love you back.
Hey everybody, it's Nicole. I am doing my 8-week post-op video. It's actually Sunday or Monday morning at about 2:45 in the morning. I'm on break at work, so I'm taking the opportunity to do the video. I didn't have time this weekend, but this is for my 8 weeks, which was Friday the 21st. Just the numbers from the beginning. My surgery, my start weight was 248.4. My surgical date weight was 244.6. On Friday, I weighed 220.2, which is a 28.2 pound loss thus far, and 1.2 loss from last week. I feel like I've been in the 220s forever. It's actually been about 5 weeks. I'm ready to see a 210 on the scale. I'm hoping that it'll be this week. As you know, if you've watched any of my videos, I am doing the Couch to 5K program. In the morning when I get off work, I will do week 7, day 2. I have registered for 2 5Ks this year. The first one is this Saturday, the 29th. And then the next one is a 5K on November the 19th. That one's called the Gobble Waddle. The one on this Saturday is called the Healthy Harvest 5K. I won't be finished with the Couch to 5K program by this Saturday, obviously, but I'm going to give it a college try and do the very best I can. Just FYI, I believe my fastest 5K was around 43 minutes, and that was back at my peak, as you should call it, when I was doing triathlons a couple years ago. I've never, even in doing those races, ran a 5K. I've done intervals where it was a run, walk, run a minute, walk a minute, run a minute, walk a minute, for the entire 3.1 miles. I've done 5Ks, either part of a triathlon or separate from the triathlon, where I would run as much as I could and then walk until I caught my breath and run as much as I could. So I'm very anxious to see how I do now that I've completed this, now that I'm working on completing this program, and that I'm 28 pounds lighter, and that I'm a non-smoker now. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I did stop smoking about 2 weeks prior to surgery. My surgery date was August 26th. I believe August 15th was my last cigarette. So, nonetheless, a few things that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to know if you guys wear medic alert bracelets signifying your gastric surgery, be it gastric bypass or gastric sleeve or lap band or mini bypass, whatever your gastric surgery was. Do you wear a medic alert bracelet alerting emergency officials that you have alterations in your gastric system? Why or why not? Thinking about getting one. Also, because if you are training for races, be it on a bike or running, and something happens to you, God forbid, most often people don't have identification on them, and it would at the very least have your name on it. Anyway, just want to get your thoughts. What else we have here? This past week, my stats for my intake are like this. My calories range from 592 to 1448. Huge day. Not exactly sure what I did that day. I don't have my log book in front of me. It was my biggest day yet for calories. Fats been 12.5 to 49.75. Carbs 55.3 to 143.5. Bet your money that's the date that I had the 1448 calories as well. Fiber 4 to 17. Protein 42.8 to 100.4. And water 64 to 104 ounces. I ran or walked as part of the Couch to 5K program 11.76 miles this past week. Again, like I said, I've done more than 10 triathlons in the last 2 years, or in 2008, 2009, and part of 2010. And I never ever ran the whole 5K. I never ever felt like I was competing my best. I was always on, the last page of the results page. I always felt like the biggest kid out there. But I've always walked portions of the 5K. So my goal is, in doing this Couch to 5K program is to not have to walk any part of the 5K. And I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. I encourage all you guys to try to do something. If it's not Couch to 5K, do something. Swimming is an excellent non-weight bearing exercise. Water aerobics. If a gym is not an option for you, find something that you can do. If it's walking around your neighborhood, or simply walking to your mailbox, just do something. It'll make you feel so much more worthy, and get your juices flowing, and get your endorphins running, and you'll just feel better. It works. I am wearing extra large scrubs. I'm not sure if you can see. See if I can move this. Hold on a second. Back up a little bit. Extra large scrubs. Turn. Prior to surgery, I was wearing a 2X, sometimes a 3X, depending on the color of the strings, the cut of the scrubs. But I'm in an extra large now. Never been in anything smaller than a large, ever, 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 ever. So the day that I can squeeze into a medium, I will wear them, however inappropriate it may look. I did take my first measurements this week. I wish very much that I had done it prior to surgery so I'd have some early comparisons. Another thing that I would encourage any of you newbies to do, or I'm a newbie myself, but do measurements before surgery, and then maybe monthly after. I'm not sure of the right interval, but do measurements before surgery. Something else I would encourage people to do, if you don't think you can race, if you don't think you can do a 5K, if you don't think that you can ever do a triathlon, if you don't ever think that you could be a part of that kind of competing community, I would encourage you all to volunteer. The camaraderie and the fellowship and the unity and the just environment and atmosphere is so uplifting and so wonderful. I would encourage you all to try to volunteer in some form at some race very soon. I've got several buddies that are doing a half Ironman and several doing the full Ironman here on the East Coast in Wilmington next weekend on the 29th. It's a triathlon called Beach to Battleship. And there are two portions that are happening that same day. One is the half Ironman and one is the Ironman. Extraordinary, ultra distant races. My best buddy in the world did the half Ironman last year, and I volunteered to be there with her and encourage everyone else, but to be able to encourage her, and actually did a great portion of the half marathon at the end of that race with her, stride for stride, and it touched me to be there for her, and so I encourage all of you to try to volunteer. It is an extraordinary experience. Anywho, I got to get back to work. I just ate and was taking the last 10 minutes of my break to do this video for you guys. Can't ever seem to get a video out on Fridays. I will try to do better. But we'll see. You guys have a great week, and I actually have a 2-month doctor's appointment this week on the 27th. I'm not sure really what happens at this visit. It's not, I mean, I was just there 2 weeks ago, so I'm really not sure what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to give them a call and see if they even have to go. But it's not for a scheduled fill or anything like that. It's just for a 2-month post-op visit. So I'll let you know how that goes, and if I don't get a chance to do my weigh-in video on Friday, I will definitely be back on after my race on Saturday. The race is at 11 o'clock Saturday morning. There's a cupcake run prior to my 5K at 10, and my littles are going to do that. So I'm very excited. Going to incorporate the whole family into this. It's a cupcake 1-mile walk run, and my 4-year-old and 6-year-old are going to compete and participate in that, I should say. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Take much care. Bye.